Góði hlustendur, gestur minn í dag Bobby Fischer og við vorum að tala viðskipti hans við svissneskan banka, UBS heitir hann. Bobby, this bank, UBS of Switzerland, it's a very big international bank, isn't it?
Oh yeah, they're one of the biggest in the world. I think on the Forbes list, they're of the leading companies in the world. They're number 10.
They're number 10?
Yeah, they have assets of $1.5 trillion. A trillion is 1,000 billion. They have $1.5 trillion. I think they have the most assets of any company in the world except Barclays Bank. I think they're number 2 after Barclays Bank. And I think last year they earned, some $10 billion profit. UBS. They're huge. I just want to read another point about this UBS account. I believe that having an account, a savings account at UBS, and I'm a part of this, what they call wealth management program they have, where you have your own account manager. You have a lot of, you get a lot of help from them, a lot of advice.
Yeah. But
you can have money sent anywhere in the world. You can buy gold, silver, platinum, various stocks that they have in their portfolio that they recommend, bonds. You have a lot of options, a lot of choices, a lot of freedom. And they have real experts. I had my account manager is Pia von Flu. And I remember she called me up, this was some years ago. She was all excited. She said, it's time to buy Swiss francs to sell all the dollars, which I had been telling her for years I wanted to do anyway, but she had been recommending against it. Because you get much less interest with the Swiss francs than US dollars. So I said, great. So then I sold all my US dollars and
bought
Swiss francs. And this was, at that time, the Swiss franc was about 1.85 or 80, something like that, to a dollar. And then it shot with just over a period of a year or two, it went all the way down to, I think, about 1.15. And now it's up a little more. It's up to about 1.27. But I made about a third of my money. I made over $1 million profit just on that one phone call.
Transaction. Yeah.
So, and actually, see, I got after this money that I put in UBS was about $3.5 million from my match with Spassky in '92.
Yeah. And
I've been living on that since then. And I've been spending a lot of money since. I probably spent a couple of $1 million since then. But my assets haven't gone down nearly that much. So I've still got over 3 million Swiss francs left.
So you've got a lot of money.
Yeah. So I feel having this account is an asset in itself. It has a monetary value. You can't put a number on it, but it has a value. So if they want to deprive me of this right, maintain my account there, they should pay me compensation.
So it's almost your sole source of income.
Yes, but if they want to kick me out in violation of the law, in violation of the banking rules, they should offer me compensation. If I'm not welcome there, if they don't want me, okay, I'll go. But they have to pay, and they have to pay a lot of money. They want to violate their, when you want to break a contract, you have to pay. They just say, get out. No, that doesn't go. See, they thought they would chase me out because they know, because they have their own, they have a lot of intelligence. They're like a spy organization, too. They have information coming from all over the world. They know that most of my money is in their bank. So they figure, Fischer will be frightened. He doesn't want to lose his money.
Yeah.
He won't argue with us. The next thing you know, we'll freeze his money, you see?
So he'll just take his money and
take his money and run. But what they fail to understand is I've already been robbed in the United States of all my belongings in storage worth a vast fortune, as I explained, worth hundreds of millions, even billions of dollars. So this is a very small money for me compared to that. So I've already been robbed of the hundreds of millions. Why am I going to run for over a few million Swiss francs, you see? They just miscalculated. And I want the whole world to know, especially I want countries like Iran to know about this. Because I know for a fact, I've looked on the internet, I know They're doing a lot of business with Iran. They even have a bank there, or a correspondent bank. They do a lot of business with Iran.
Affiliate.
Yes, maybe even a branch there, but they definitely have an affiliate there. And they're doing billions of dollars of business. UBS is doing billions of dollars of business with Iran. So I want Iran to hear this interview. I want them to know that their money may not be safe in UBS, because I've, of course, said the Holocaust never happened. Because it never did happen. It's a lie. And they've also said that. The president of Iran has also said the Holocaust never happened. Right?
But because the UBS acts under pressure from the United States.
Yeah, that's the point. You see, Switzerland has a reputation for being independent. But this reputation is eroding now. Now, I don't say to Iran, take all your money out of UBS, but don't put all your eggs in one basket. Be aware there's a real risk. Do you see?
Okay, Bobby, you mentioned that the bank has some intelligence or spy activity. In Iceland, we are talking a lot about eavesdropping now. And somebody has been listening to the phone conversations of all sorts of people. It looks like that. Is this, and nobody knows who is behind this. What's your comment on this? They have been talking about, for example, in the United States, the Homeland Security and other intelligence institutions have programs and things to eavesdrop. All sorts of things.
There's eavesdropping of phone calls and emails and bugging apartments, and everywhere is rampant. It's absolutely rampant. It's out of control. They want to listen to everything, and even watch you with hidden cameras.
And they do that?
Well, they do it, And now they've got the memory capacity to store all this. They didn't used to have the memory capacity to store it all, but now they really do. I have a digital tape recorder. It's got 1 gigabyte memory stick, memory stick dual. That's enormous. On the long play, that's about 360 hours. So they could have every conversation I've ever had in a tiny little box.
But since you came to Iceland and became an Icelandic citizen, have you had any reasons to believe that the United States is still keeping an eye on you?
Well, I'm sure they're listening to all of my phone calls. There's no question about that, and they're reading all of my emails and my SMS messages. There's no question about that in my mind. But I think they're doing that to everybody, actually. But most people, they don't bother to read it; they just store it. But in my case, I think they're reading it and transcribing it, and they may even be listening very often in real time. While I'm talking, in addition to recording it. But I just want to get back to this last letter we sent to UBS. This is Reykjavik, August 18, 2006. This is point 3. We referred to documents listed as item 4 in your letter. For the sake of clarity, we have renumbered these documents as pages 1, 2, and 3, and these documents are enclosed with our letter. We have noticed that the following declaration in relation to UBS savings account can be seen on page 2, our renumbering. Quote, UBS welcome for new clients. UBS will be with you throughout your life, unquote. Our client is of the opinion that the above declaration by UBS clearly amounts to a promise and a guarantee by UBS, rather a promise and guarantee by UBS, that once a person opens a savings account at UBS, it is a permanent, lifelong savings account, not subject to being closed at UBS's whim. Therefore, our client is of the opinion that said declaration by UBS in and of itself completely precludes UBS from unilaterally closing a client's savings account without giving any